Now we will see about Class A series fed large signal amplifier. In Class A series fed large signal or power amplifier, the circuit is similar like fixed bias C amplifier. So here RB provides the biasing and RL is the load resistor that is directly connected to the collector of the transistor. So here VIN is the AC input signal and VCC is the DC supply voltage. This input capacitor will block the DC voltage from the VIN source and allows only AC signal to pass through the base circuit. So one thing we have to observe here is the load RL is a resistive load which is directly connected to the collector of the transistor. As we are using resistor as a load, it will waste some of the power in the form of heat. So that's why the efficiency of Class A amplifier is less than other power amplifiers. Let us see the derivation for efficiency of Class A power amplifier, and also we know that the Class A power amplifier will conduct for 360 degrees of input cycle, which means that output is exact replica or reproduction of the input AC signal. So if the input is a sinusoidal signal, then output across the collector is also a sinusoidal signal. This is the graphical representation of Class A power amplifier. This is the DC load line in which we can observe that the Q is selected exactly at the center of the DC load line so that it will allow both half cycles of input AC signal. This signal is the AC input signal and this one is the output signal. The VCEQ and ICQ are the DC biasing voltage and DC biasing currents that selects the Q point. So based on the VCEQ and ICEQ, the Q point will be selected. So let us calculate the values of VCEQ and ICEQ. If you apply KVL to the output side loop, then we can write VCC is equal to ICRL plus VCE. So ICRL is equal to, if you take VCE to other side, which becomes minus VCE. So minus VCE plus VCC. IC can be written as VCC minus VCE divided by RL. So we can calculate the IC current using the equation VCC minus VCE by RL. This equation can be written as VCC by RL plus minus of 1 by RL into VCE. Here minus 1 by RL is the slope of the DC load line. In order to get the VCEQ and ICEQ values, we have to apply KVL for the input side loop. So if you apply the KVL, VCE is the voltage that is present in the input side loop. So VCC is equal to IBRB plus VBE. Here IB is the current that is deciding the Q point of our transistor. Therefore, it can be written as IBQ. IBQ, the quiescent base current, which is equal to VCC minus VBE by RB. And if you assume that transistor is a silicon type, then VBE value is 0.7. Then the equation will becomes VCC minus 0.7 by RB. IC is equal to beta times of IB. Similarly, ICEQ is equal to beta times of IBQ. If you apply KVL for the output side loop, VCEQ, the output voltage, is equal to VCC minus ICEQRL. As we are calculating the quiescent collector current, IC will becomes ICEQ, VCC minus ICEQRL. Therefore, the Q point is defined as VCEQ minus ICEQ. The DC input power can be calculated as PDC is equal to DC voltage into DC current. Here the DC voltage is VCC into the DC current is ICQ. Therefore, PDC is equal to VCC into ICEQ. Let us see the AC operation. If we apply AC signal to the base of transistor, then output voltage and output current will varies sinusoidally. So it will generate an AC output current which flows through the load. In order to calculate the efficiency, we have to calculate the AC power delivered to the load. The peak-to-peak value of AC output voltage VPP, voltage between peak to peak VPP, is given as the maximum value Vmax minus the minimum value Vminimum, where VPP is the peak to peak AC output voltage and Vmaximum is the maximum value of the collector voltage and Vminimum is the minimum value of collector voltage. Vm is the maximum voltage, which is one peak value of this voltage is V peak to peak divided by 2. So when we half the value of peak to peak, then we get the maximum value, one peak value, which is VPP by 2. Therefore, which can be written as, we know VPP is Vmax minus Vminimum. So Vm is equal to Vmax minus Vminimum by 2. Similarly, we can write maximum output current Im is equal to IPP by 2, I peak to peak by 2, which is equal to I maximum minus I minimum by 2. So AC power is always represents in the form of RMS values. The RMS value of a voltage can be given as maximum value by root 2. The RMS value of the current is Im by root 2. And Vm can be written as Im into RL. From the above equation, Vm can be written as Vrms into root 2 and Im can be written as Irms into root 2. Therefore, Vm is replaced as Vrms root 2, which is equal to Irms into root 2 RL. The root 2's on the both sides will get cancelled. Therefore, Vrms is equal to Irms into RL. The AC current can be given as AC voltage into AC current, which is Vrms into Irms. This can also be written in terms of I and R, I square RMS into RL, or else in terms of voltage only, V square RMS by RL. If you take only Vrms into Irms value, we already derived it. So PAC is equal to Vrms into Irms. Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2. Irms is equal to Im by root 2. So root 2 into root 2 is 2. Therefore PAC is equal to Vm Im by 2. In terms of I square RMS RL, the Irms can be written as Im by root 2. Therefore, I square RMS will becomes Im square by 2. In terms of voltage, Vrms can be written as Vm by root 2. Therefore, V square RMS is equal to Vm square by 2. Like that, we can also written the PAC current equation. But in this, we will take this Vm Im by 2 in order to do the derivation. The PAC is equal to Vm Im by 2. We already know the maximum value of a voltage can be written as the peak to peak value divided by 2, VPP by 2, and Im can be written as IPP by 2. Already we have 2 in the denominator. Therefore, this can be written as the AC power is equal to the peak to peak voltage into peak to peak current divided by 8. The peak to peak voltage and currents can be written as Vmax minus Vminimum and Imax minus Iminimum. If you substitute these two in the above equation, PAC is equal to Vmax minus Vminimum into Imax minus Iminimum by 8. The efficiency eta is given as AC output power divided by DC input power into 100. Therefore, the efficiency is equal to AC power is written as Vmax minus Vminimum into Imax minus Iminimum by 8. And the DC power is given as VCC into ICEQ into 100 because we are representing in percentage. In order to get the maximum efficiency for the class A series fed amplifier, So the maximum output voltage we can observe as VCC. V maximum is equal to VCC, and the maximum output current is given as I max is equal to 2ICQ. From the figure we can note down V max is equal to VCC and V minimum is equal to 0. I max is equal to 2 VCEQ and I minimum is equal to 0. Okay, and these values are given from this figure. Minimum is zeros and the maximum current is 2 ICQ and maximum for the voltage is VCC. Therefore, if you substitute that in the above equation, efficiency equation, VCC minus 0 into 2 ICEQ minus 0 by 8 VCC ICEQ into 100. So if you solve that, you will get only 25%. That is the maximum efficiency of series fed class A power amplifier. The maximum power dissipation, the PD is equal to DC power minus AC power. So dissipated power in the sense wastage in the form of a heat. As we are using the resistor as a load, we will have more wastage of power in the form of heat. The maximum power dissipation will take when there is no output AC power. Therefore, the PD maximum is equal to the PDC, which is VCC into ICEQ. Okay, if you see the advantages of class A power amplifier, the circuit is simple because it is just a fixed bias CE amplifier, and it is cheaper because the load is directly connected to the collector. We are not using any coupling devices. Less number of components in the circuit. Disadvantages: because the load is directly connected to the collector, more power is wasted. The power dissipation is more because we are using a resistor, hence it requires heat sink. Output impedance is high, hence the circuit cannot use it for the low impedance such as loudspeaker. Actually, we are designing this power amplifier in order to drive the loads like loudspeaker, which are having low input impedance. But this series fed class A amplifier has high output impedance so that it cannot be used to operate the loads such as loudspeaker, and the efficiency is poor, which is only 25%. Okay, these are all the advantages and disadvantages of class A series fed power amplifier. To overcome these disadvantages, we are going for the transformer coupled class A power amplifier, which is providing 50% of efficiency.